Good morning, students. This is Miss Smith, and we're going to go over a really cool story today called the Brownsville Youth Court, and it is page 146 and 147 in your R book. Let's go over the vocab first. The first word is impartial. Impartial, and it means able to be fair and not directly involved. So another way to say this is like you're in the middle. You're not really choosing a side. The example sentence I want you to answer is it important to be impartial when your best friends are arguing? I say yes, because I don't want to choose a side if I have two best friends. Maybe I want to be in the middle and help them have a conversation, but I don't want to be partial. I want to be impartial and not pick a side. In a photo, you could choose as maybe two people talking and someone in the middle, trying to sort of mediate or help the situation. Next word is initially. And this means at the beginning, initially, at the beginning. So my question is, what do you initially do in the morning? Your answer could be brush my teeth or turn my alarm off or get out of bed. So it's at the beginning or the first thing you do. That's initially. And the photo could be maybe something like, I don't know, somebody putting a seed in the ground and then plants growing because that's the initial thing you do. You plant a seed and then they grow. All right. Our story is called the Brownsville Youth Court. And this takes place it's a real story, but the Brownsville Youth Court is in Brooklyn. So it's in New York. And it's a court that is totally run by teenagers. So your judge is a teenager, your attorneys and lawyers are teenagers, your jury is a teenager. And the idea is that they're going to help teens who get in trouble and give them a more fair ruling. So, the first thing it talks about is the Sixth Amendment. And this talks about trials and people that go to trial. So it says, in all criminal prosecutions, the accused shall enjoy the right to a speedy trial and a public trial by an impartial or in-the-middle jury of the state and district wherein the crime shall have been committed, which district shall have been previously ascertained by law, and to be informed of the nature and cause of the accusation, to be confronted with the witness against him, to have compulsory process for obtaining witnesses in his favor, and to have the assistance of counsel for his defense. So basically what that says is if you commit a crime, you are entitled or you get a fair and fast trial. You don't have to sit in prison for years and years and rot before your trial. You get a trial first. And you have the right to people who will help you in that trial, like a lawyer or an attorney. Okay? So the second paragraph right here says, this Brooklyn court helps kids stay out of jail, and it's run entirely by teenagers. Paragraph 3. Faith Garrett, an 18-year-old from East New York, attended her first college course in upstate New York last month. She says that wouldn't have been possible if it weren't for Brownsville Youth Court. The Brownsville Youth Court hears low-level cases for first-time offenders between 10 and 18, like Garrett, who was arrested for stealing an umbrella. And unlike regular court, the jurors, judges, and attorneys, too, are all kids. So this court is just for people who commit low-level crimes, like stealing an umbrella or stealing a piece of candy. And they have to be first-time offenders, which means it's their first crime they've committed and gotten caught. So that's who will go to this court. Next paragraph, 5. The members of the court who come from area high schools and community organizations are between the ages of 14 and 18. They undergo 40 hours of training, culminating or ending in a mock bar exam. And a bar exam is what lawyers take after they finish school. So they have to put in 40 hours of training, and then they take not fake, but they take an exam that shows that they know what they're doing. Before they are allowed to hear their peers' cases. The young court volunteers receive a small monthly stipend or a small payment for their service. Garrett says she was initially suspicious about her case being overseen by a court of fellow teenagers. I got nervous because I didn't know the kids and didn't want the kids to judge me, she said. But when they started asking the questions, they were trying to help me. So kind of an interesting thing. I've never heard of this before, a youth court, but it happens in Brownsville, New York. So, number one, what is the Brownsville Youth Court? Why is it unusual? Brownsville Youth Court is a court run by teens, and it's unusual because no other courtroom is run by teenagers. It's all run by adults, lawyers, judges, right? So that makes it different. Number two, why do you think the volunteers join the court? Why do you think people volunteer to do things? Probably because they like to do it, right? Or they have an interest in it. If I like animals a lot, I might volunteer at an animal shelter. So I think for this question, people volunteer because they have an interest in law. Maybe the kids want to go into law one day or be a judge one day and they want to see what it's like. So probably because they have an interest in what they're doing. And the last question, number three, do you think having a teen judge would benefit kids? What do you think? I want you to answer this question on your own. Do you think having a teen judge would benefit you if you got in trouble? Or would you like to have an adult judge? It's up to you. Bye.